Alright, hello everyone. Man. Hello. So it's been a while since I last streamed, and a lot longer since I last streamed FF14. Um, we are... Okay, here, maybe I should put spoiler warning. Spoiler warning... there you go, just so that everybody's aware. We are gonna be playing through the MSQ for Dawntrail. There are a couple things that I need to look up first, though. I believe... Okay, these. So yes, it's been a while since I played Final Fantasy XIV. As you can see, I've been busy. This is one of the things I got busy on was my island. My island sanctuary. Literally, my character went off to go retire after Endwalker. Got nice and busy. I've also leveled up not as many classes as I would want. But I do have quite a selection to go through at level 90, so that we don't run into my Endwalker problem where I hit level cap for like my classes and I was throwing EXP away. Plus, I am also going to be picking up both Pictomancer and Viper. We're not going to be playing as those today though, but I do want to start off my journey by picking those classes up. But before we go do that, there's just a couple of things we need to go into. How's everybody loving the graphics update, by the way? The main thing that I noticed was this. The ether, it's nice, big, and shiny. You know, I mean, of course your character also a little bit, but now from what I was told, to unlock the glasses, you have to go talk to the Calamity Salvager, which, if I remember correctly, is standing next to the delivery mobile right here, correct? No, that's the arms member. Oh yeah, the Calamity Salvager. Oh, they're in my they're in my glamour closet. I'll do that later. What I do want to do is I want to pick up both Pictomancer and Viper. So that's what we're gonna do. But hey, you know what? Before I go any further, actually, congrats to the FF14 team. They changed their name recently. I forget what they're called now, but they are under a different name now. CB3. Creative Studio 3. Yeah. Congrats to the team over at Creative Studio 3 on a successful launch. If you were here during Endwalker days, you'll know that it was kind of infamous for the whole hours-long queue times. Here we are in Dawntrail early access. By the way, the expansion isn't technically out yet. It's out next Tuesday, I believe. But Dawntrail early access, and it took me maybe like what, 20 minutes, 30 minutes to get in the game. So nice job all around. Anyway, we continue. Matron, help me, one more complaint to say, and I swear. Forgive me my rambling, but please tell me you haven't come to make a complaint. No. Well, I should warn you that Amubu has been making a nuisance of himself here in Gridania. This Miko's just staring at my... staring at my screen. The Pompous has been harassing adventurers in an attempt to rope them into some painting endeavor. Despite the lack of interest, he refuses to give up. Also, I apologize if you can hear my fan in the background. I try to point it away from... I try to point it away from me, but... You're an adventuring sort, are you not? If so, you would be wise to give that Moogle a wide berth. Unless you are the artistic adventuring sort, I suspect he's still loitering in the Aetheryte Plaza, if my tale has piqued your interest. Is that special Pictomancer sound? I won't be on for too long today, but possibly for part of tomorrow, and also definitely on Sunday. Sunday I think I'm just gonna be on this game the whole day. It's been so long since I've streamed, so like forgive me if I'm a little rusty also with like, you know, just the commentating and whatnot. I mean, I was never very good at it, I feel, but I'm trying to make this an enjoyable experience, not just, you know, for anybody who might be watching, but also just for my own, as me going through it for the first time, also to look back on. You there, Kupo, how would you like to do some painting? Not ordinary painting, mind you, magic painting, where your works come to life. Your imagination's the limit. Wow, look, the faces on the Ellison I think are like the most changed, I feel. They look great. They knew. The first NPCs they put in these quests. Ah, Kupo nuts. Why won't anyone give me a chance? They could do so much good with the power of Pictomancy. Yeah. What did you say? You're not pulling my palm, are you? You wish to know more about Pictomancy? Truly? He's also, like, fuzzy. Hooray, the name's Kupopo, and I'm extremely pleased to meet you. I'm the inheritor of a Pictomancer's soul crystal, and I seek a creative individual who can carry on this arcane artistry. A history lesson is in order. Pictomancy was conceived some 1500 years ago, in the dusk of the 5th Astral Era. While other schools of magic that originated during that period, such as Black and White, are expressions of the caster's will, Pictomancy relies on something even more abstract: imagination. By channeling ether into a concept held in the mind's eye, a Pictomancer can give form to the formless. It's a bit tricky to wrap your head around, I know, and that's precisely why the great Archon Realm, founder of Pictomancy, incorporated the painter's tools into our art. A gifted artist as well as mage, Realm took up a brush instead of a staff, and wielded ether like paint to give shape to her imaginings. In this way, Pictomancy was born, a magic discipline unlike any other, Kupo. Now Realm was a charitable soul and never ever used her powers for self-serving ends. She dedicated her life to aiding and defending those in need. During the War of the Magi, Realm traveled to land and saved countless people with her Pictomancy, and it was for those deeds that she earned a place among the 12 Archons. So how about it? How would you like to take up the Archon's noble legacy and become, dare I say it, a Realm reborn? He looks great. Wonderful, Kupo. Your enthusiasm warms my heart. As I have only one soul crystal, however, I must ensure that I entrust it to the right person. Therefore, before I grant you this dazzling opportunity, I require that you attend a job interview. Seek me out at the Carline Canopy, and be sure to come prepared with your fancies, Pictomancy's answer for my flurry of very professional questions. Feels very blue mage. This feels like a scam, I mean. Only one soul crystal? I have a hard time believing that. At the Carline Canopy? Is that just on the other side of it? It is. Oh no, it's on the... It's at the, inn. Yeah, I mean, like, it's almost imperceptible, the graphics change, but on the granular details, it is very much so different. I have a feeling that, like, once we do head into Tyrol, we'll notice a bunch also. So I promise I won't take too long with these two. I'm only gonna do the introductory quest for these two, so... I would invite you to my cozy little hovel and put out tea and biscuits, except I don't have a little cozy hovel, or any home to speak of, for that matter. Such is the life of an itinerant Moogle. I haven't a guild in my name either, so I can't order us tea and biscuits, but we can avail ourselves of a table. By the power vested in me, I now pronounce this interview commenced. Let's begin with basics. Might I have your full name? Yeah. 'Tis a fine name, well met. What do you consider your primary vocation? I'm up between jobs at the moment. Oh, I apologize if I asked this. I mean, technically, at the end of Endwalker, we are kind of retired. But take heart, my friend. If you pass my interview, you'll become a certified Pictomancer, and all the realms shall ooh and ah at you. How would you rate your artistic abilities? Yeah, I feel like I'm pretty good. Not the greatest. I'm pretty good. That's fine. A Pictomancer's most vital asset isn't their artistic skill, but their vivid imagination. Speaking of imagination, let's try and put yours to work. Tell me the first thought that enters your mind when you hear the word Moogle. Furry little shites. They're pretty cute. I like them. It depends on what you're looking at. Don't talk to me about the Moogle in FF7. I'm inclined to agree. Starfaring hares and carefree catfish weep at the sight of us, burdened by the knowledge they will never surpass the fuzziest and most charming of beasts. Now, this next question is very important. Someone's in trouble. What do you do? Help them. That's consistent with my character. I didn't expect any other answer, Kupo. If I may ask a follow-up question, can you share a recent example of when you approach a soul in distress? Come again? A hearer who's been inundated with complaints about my Pictomancy pitches? That's rather disheartening, Kupo, but this isn't about me. What's important is that you are not want to ignore the plight of another. That willingness to serve a greater purpose and emulate Archon Realm's example is the key to becoming a truly talented Pictomancer. Having considered your answers, I reckon you have what it takes to become a capable Pictomancer. I'm so relieved I found you, Kupo. I deem you worthy of the Soul Crystal. However, I should warn you that it comes with some proverbial strings attached. A bit of emotional baggage, too. You see, several moons ago, I got into a terrible argument with my best friend. We went our separate ways and I've not seen her since. I wish I could meet her again, try to reconcile more than anything. So if we hear aught of her during our journey together, I'd like you to lend me a helping hand. If you're still willing to train as a Pictomancer with this condition in mind, then the Soul Crystal is yours. Just say the word, Kupo. So you still wish to be a Pictomancer in full attendance-like condition? And as promised, I bestow upon you the Soul Crystal. And to help you get started, I've prepared a set of equipment. Hopefully it fits. Kupo. Packed. Picked. Alright. That's Pictomancer. There you go. Let's open that up. I did not clear out my inventory, by the way. Oh. This one's already like the better gear that I have. My blue mage gear, which is currently Joker. we are gonna mess with Pictomancer and Viper later. I just wanted to get that job real quick. Next on our list is Viper. I'm actually more inclined to play Viper than I am Pictomancer, but I am curious either way. They made some slight changes to the class. I don't know if it's just like standard practice to do so. It doesn't seem like there's a lot of changes with a lot of the classes I'm playing at, like White Mage, Red Mage, Warrior. There doesn't appear to be anything, but I know Ninja's gone. They got rid of the Huton gauge, so I wonder if it's just by default much faster. Oh, okay. Yeah. Looks cool already. I do hope it shares gear with this. So this is my pirate outfit. I know I might have like shown it off already. I don't think I played as Ninja at all during Endwalker, but this was my pirate glam for Endwalker, but or my ninja glam for Endwalker, but didn't really get a chance to use it, so. You're an adventurer, yes. There's a spot of bother over the Weaver's Guild, and I could use a hand sorting it out. We received an order for a full ensemble, but now that the work's been completed, the client refuses to pay. Mind you, I had my suspicions from the start. He calls himself a viper of all things. In my experience, people who name themselves after snakes are not to be trusted. In any case, he carries a pair of swords on his back, and I hate to think what would happen if he started wielding them in anger. Could you head to the guild and smooth things over? The Weaver's Guild. That's not the way. People are already AFKing. Y'all move. Go do the story. So-called Viper. Oh yeah, there's another feature. Oh, look at his gear. Good day to you, stranger. I was hoping I might make the acquaintance of someone a bit rougher around the edges. Someone who's seen his fair share of action. Could you tell me what prey's worth hunting in these here parts? Have you any idea what he's talking about? I took no issue with fulfilling his order, but now that it's time for him to pay, it's as though we're talking at cross purposes. I don't understand why this fellow's being so difficult. All I'm asking for is the outfit I ordered in the name of some critters worth killing. Eh. Maybe I ought to explain from the beginning. I'm from Dawntrail, a big old continent on the other side of the salt west of here. You been there, I reckon? Then you might have seen others who wield the dual blades, or vipers, as we're traditionally known. Oh, is Dawntrail literally? No, Dawntrail's supposed to be like South America, isn't it? Our duty is to hunt ferocious beasts that endanger the lives of innocent folk. In fact, that's what brought me here. Thing is, all that fighting on long days of the road ain't been too kind to my gear. Reckon it was high time I got me a new getup, bespoke and all. Fascinating, monsieur, but why do you refuse to pay for your order? And why are you so insistent that I choose my prey? How else am I supposed to pay you? Do us a favor and we'll hunt down any beast you want. That's the code, how we vipers do business. They want money, my guy. You're saying they want something else instead? Payment commensurate with the skill and materials required, in gil preferably. Well, we didn't see that one coming. Guess that explains our little misunderstanding. But surely your countrymen trade in some sort of currency, yes? Or are you vipers so far removed from society as to be unaware of such concepts? Damn. Call them a hick. Of course we know what money is. We ain't no bumpkins. But when it comes to requisitioning goods and services, I usually rely on the elders to deal with the artisan and the like, which is to say I ain't in the habit of carrying significant sums. Alright, if your only form of payment is slaying beasts, that'll have to do. As it happens, one of my colleagues in Eastern Thanaland reports that merchants carrying our supplies were attacked by a wild fiend. What's more, the creature is a species of many-headed scale skin never before seen in this region. It is rumored to have escaped from the Colosseum and has been running rampant ever since. Scaly, lot of heads, alright. Deal, considering the guild has already fulfilled its end of the bargain, you should count yourself lucky. So, I hate for anything to go awry at this juncture. Might I ask a favor of you, friend? I'd like you to accompany him and ensure that he attends to the creatures as agreed. Besides, I dare say seeing a so-called viper at work will be an enlightening experience. The name's Keshqua. Pleased to meet you. The creature was last seen near Camp Drybone, so I advise you to begin there. I was also told if you go to characters, systems. Where is that? Hide nearby players from close to quest NPCs. Yeah, that's fine. Let's see how that works. It tells you now to use an Aetheryte ticket. It's never done that before. So this is Camp Drybone, huh? Fitting name. Anyway, you ready to hunt? What's that look for? Oh, let me guess. You want to ask around first and see if anyone can point us in the right direction? No need. The Weaver's friend told me plenty. All we gotta do is track down the beast, which is a viper's specialty. Oh, there it is. You went after traders carrying tailors' materials. Bolts of cloth and whatnot don't sound none too tasty to me, so I'm guessing it's the merchants themselves the beast had its eye on. Most predators use their sense of smell to pick out their meals. Scents carry on the wind, so you gotta consider the positions of the rocks and plants to determine how the air tends to flow through an arena. Ain't too hard to deduce where a critter's made its lair after you've done all that. I do like the starter gear for right there. God, look at the eyes are so shiny now. Yup, that's a biggin'. Mean looking too. Must be wreaking havoc on the food chain, never mind the danger it poses to the locals. Well, time to do what a viper does best. Yeah! I remember that move from the benchmark. That's that. So, you like the show? Don't play coy, I can see you're intrigued. Before I spill all my secrets, I got a question for you. Ever heard of a Toral Vidral? Is it Toral or Toral? I guess I'll hear an NPC say it soon. Thought not. Well, they're a rare breed of beast that wields all kinds of powers they got no right having. Threat to every other living thing that has the temerity to breathe in their vicinity. Because of their long lifespans and unnatural abilities, they were dubbed the Tyrants of Torel. That's more or less what the name means. I'm gonna keep saying it, I'm gonna keep interchanging it until one sticks with me. Anyway, someone's gotta hunt the Toral Vidral, and that someone is us, the Vipers. I like it when it just cuts back to me and I'm just... You know, I met a fair few adventures during my time here, but I can tell you're a cut above the rest. You might even have what it takes to be a viper. you're interested, that job stone looks cool. I can teach you, on one condition. You'll help me hunt down a Dawntrail drone that's made its way to the Eorzea. What do you say? Ha! Hell of a thing to ask out the blue, I know. Just think on it some, will ya? Let's head on back to Old Daw and tell the Weaver fellow we're squared. The journey will give you time to consider my offer. I wish I didn't have my mouse blocking that so I could get fit. I'm sure I could rewatch these cutscenes. But yeah, that job stone looks like, whatchamacallit. Oh, hey, look at him! I just gave our Weaver friend the good news, and he handed over this set of fancy duds, as promised. Gotta say, it was worth the trouble. So how about my offer? You ready to become a Viper and protect folks from the nastiest beast that ever lived? Yes. A mighty fine answer. I'll make a Viper of you. Just see if I don't. First order of business, let me give you this here soul crystal. It contains knowledge of our fighting arts, passed down since ancient times from one generation of Vipers to the next. It's all for one. Or it was one for all. Assuming you got the knack for it, our skills can be yours too. It's one for all. Also got a fresh set of Viper gear for you. The Weavers Guild wanted to thank you for overseeing our hunt earlier, so they made you your very own outfit. Guess that feller took your measurements by eye or something. Oh, and the blades are a couple of spares I had handy. Try it all on for size, and let me get a look at you while you're at it. Staying too close to him. There's no big cutscene of me lifting the stones up anymore, huh? It just kinda cuts. It's weird. See that? It's the... Oh, that's not at all what he's wearing. That's cool though. Where is it? Yeah. Wait, this doesn't count. Oh yeah, it does count Viper. Okay, perfect. I'm glad that it shares that because it's very much a piratey looking class. You know what I mean? I will mess with these later. Huh, interesting. Oh, and look at it, it stays like that. Oh, I can't wait for all the Star Wars mods. 515. Oh, it's because I gave away all my... Oh, that's why. I was like, how come where's my thing? There you go. Alright. With all that out of the way... How come my ninja gear sucks? Whatever, we're gonna run through with it. You can see I focus on these three quite a bit. Or these, my warrior, my red mage, and my white mage. I had I focus on my magical TPS. I guess is what I'm trying to get at. Anyway, We're gonna roll right on through. And we're gonna go back to Australian and get started. It's been a whole 30 minutes. Thank you for your patience. It's snowing. Welcome back, Sora. I've just had word from Aaronville. It seems he's managed to secure passage to Toral aboard a guild ship vessel. Why don't you wait in the main hall while I go and inform your travel companions? It should only take a minute. Oh yeah, what does this look like? Did they change it? Nope. Oh! No. You know, they didn't. I thought maybe it would be somewhere here, but I guess not, huh? Yeah, the map that I have is outdated. It should be down here-ish. Anyway. Sorry, I'm just like staring at the map. I'm like, huh? Look, there's so many other... See that? It's like this area right here. And this down here. Oh no, well this is Toral. It should be farther on that way. But... I wonder if they're gonna update our world map too here. Once I go there. But yeah. There's this area down here too. Pretty cool. A Jedi holocron. Did you see that? Look, there it is. Ojika gave us the good news. We've made ready to set sail at a moment's notice. The only one yet to arrive is Aaronville himself. I'm not gonna do the accents the whole time, I promise. Oh, I'm so excited they announced Bring Hearts figures for Alfie and Alice. I bought the Alice one. Ah, you're all here. It took some persuasion, but the Gleaner's Guild ship has granted us place aboard the vessel bound for Toral. There'll be other passengers, researchers and artisans and the like, so we'll need to share deck space. That's fine, Aaronville. I doubt anyone expected we'd have a ship all to ourselves. They're not casting us off just yet, so if you have any lingering concerns, now is the time to voice them. I wouldn't call it a concern, but everyone's still clear on what it is we'll be doing in Toral, yes? We've not forgotten. The nation of Tuliyola is in the midst of deciding its next ruler. As your chosen allies, we shall assist you during the rite of succession and support your bid to become Dawn Servant. In addition to that, Alfino and I have another objective. As part of its reconstruction, Garlemald seeks a way to reconcile and re-engage with its neighbors. By visiting Toral, we hope to learn more about how its myriad cultures interact with one another, how they find common ground, develop stronger ties, the sort of insights that might help our friends in Ilsabard. We'll pursue this goal in our own time. You can be assured that we'll give the contest all due attention. I feel like they focused on the Elezen because our main characters are Elezen. That's all I ask. Otherwise, you're welcome to do as you like. You wanted to find out about your grandfather, right, Cryo? Yes. As far as we could determine from an old missive I found, he had been tasked with investigating the Golden City by your father, the Dawn Servant. It's oddly enough, we have no record of that investigation in our archives, nothing to help explain the earring which accompanied the letter. Thus, for reasons both official and personal, I should very much like to get to the bottom of this mystery. I'm sure there'll be a chance to speak with Papa. You can get your answers right from the source. I look forward to meeting him. In any case, you're not the only one with an interest in the City of Gold. The Golden City is a children's bedtime story. I am part of this expedition only because the Third Promise has commanded that I serve as guide. Still playing the part of the stoic servant, I see. I don't know what accents I'm doing for them anymore, I'm sorry. I thought I remembered their voices. What's of you? Don't you dare tell me you've changed your mind. Yeah. Hoist sail and her. Well said. We won't get far wallowing in the shallows. Right then. If all are still committed to the journey, then I say we make ready to depart. You know, I've been playing this game for like maybe I want to say around 2 years at least. Close to 3 years at this point. It's kind of crazy how long it's been, actually. And we finally made it. Eager as they are, the others have already left for the harbor. We're not in danger of missing the boarding call, but perhaps we should be on our way as well. Oh, look at these standard pirate outfits. Give me that.
Savoring the moment? I can feel your excitement, your eagerness to explore the unknown.
Well, for once, the fate of the world doesn't rest on our shoulders. We might even get a chance to enjoy ourselves.
Do not be so quick to relax. Oh, Tural may seem but a short sail away on a map. The vast seas between brim with peril. The treacherous waters of Shade's Triangle alone have claimed countless vessels. Even following the safe route plotted by Admiral Bufiswin herself, this will be no pleasure cruise.
Perhaps, but my voyage here was uneventful enough, disappointing me so.
Either way, the two of you have first-hand experience, which will be of great comfort in the days ahead, I'm sure.
Aye, it's nothing new to us.
What's that?
All aboard! We're casting off! It's time. I trust you have everything you need? And so does our ship cast off from the docks. We sail west, as Cattenram did some 80 years past, bound for the New World, known to her children as the continent of Tural.
Just wait, Papa. When this contest is said and done, it'll be your daughter who sits the throne. Me, Woklamat!
This boat's a lot bigger than the one they used in the trailer. I wonder what's gonna happen. look, the texture on his clothes. It's like velvety.
Smooth sailing so far?
Aye, so far so good. But this sea, she's a fickle one. Calm one moment, blowing a gale the next.
It's my favorite voice to do. Yarr!
I'll take my rest while I can then.
We left port what seems an age ago now, and we've seen naught but open water ahead. I knew Tural was far, but it's another thing to really know. Speaking of which, some of our fellow passengers have made this trip before. Several times, in fact. I was able to learn a few things about Tuliolal and the right of succession. Since we still have a long way to go, why not have a chat with them yourself? I'm sure you have questions of your own. Did you look out across these same waters, Grandfather?
Sorry, I was feeling my PC fan. I was like, is it getting hot? Not quite. I know the benchmark is supposed to push your PC all the way, but yeah, worry. Wow. The open seas. Oh, this will be my first visit to Tural. Fontaine. Oh, by the way, Bluffitswin, I think that's the first time they've said her name in like the 10 years this game's been out. Or 15 years this game's been out. I was working at Ashtame's Aesthetics in Ulda, you see, but my employment with them came to an end. That's why I visited Charlene in the hopes of starting over. While I was attempting and failing to find a new job, I seized the chance to board this vessel when I overheard room for another passenger had suddenly opened up. I'm told the Dawn Servant welcomes all regardless of origin, so Tuliolal it seemed like the perfect place to begin anew. Hopefully things will be better this time. I see you in Erosia before, you great and famous hero. I've had enough playing this simpleton. There was a time when we took great pains to maintain the deception, but with more of you Eorzeans coming to Tural, it's become impractical. Besides, my mercenary days are over. Too many of our warband have fallen, and so wait, was he pretending? And so we head home to lick our wounds. My story? Well, since you asked, I wanted to retrace the historic journey of the great Kettenram. You know, the first Eorzean to set foot on Tural almost 80 years ago. The Mamulja's leader is said to have welcomed Kettenram with open arms and sent him home with a bounty of silverware as a token of their friendship. The real treasure was the crops he brought back. Popotos, tomatoes, and corn, which spread across Eorzea like wildfire. His grand adventure led to a culinary revolution. The tales say Kettenram returned to Tural several times after that, but his ship vanished during his last recorded voyage, and he was never heard from again. That even a seasoned explorer like him could meet such an end is testimony to the ocean's peril. Is he like a Marco Polo? An adventurer, I presume? I'm a merchant myself, based in Ulda, specialty imports and exports, Eorzean and Turali both. If this is your first Eorzean and Turali, that's good to know. If this is your first crossing the salts, as they say, do remember that the social mores of Eorzea are not necessarily the same as those over yonder. Consider this, it is not uncommon for various races to be referred to instead by the names of certain clans. For the Mikote, the Hetzaro, the Rothgar, the Ixbrawl. Not because every member of a given clan is of the same race, mind. Because many individuals of said race are associated. Wait, hold on. Head Sora. Take a picture of that, sorry. Just so that I have that in the screenshots. The eat pizza emote is broken? What happened to it? Because many individuals said race are associated with iconic fair assumption in certain cases, but take your time to get it. What's wrong with the eat pizza emote? No, it's not. It's not. I just use it. What's wrong with it? Alpha, no. I'm told this vessel has been equipped with a barrier generator to protect it from storms. A reassuring thought, though I nevertheless pray there will be no need for it. Where's Ali? What? Oh, can I go down there? Oh, just go back home. What is this? Do you want to make a wager? We're taking bets on who'll be sat next in the Dawn Servant's shine. Oh wait, this is the guy with it. Did you want to make a wager? We're taking bets on who'll be sat next in the Dawn. I can't even do it right now. The Dawn Servant's shiny chair. There are 4 claimants in the rights of succession. Your young Wook Lamont being one of them, of course. But from what a Mamuja bloke was telling us, the other 3 are all strong contenders. Not too many keen to risk their coin on the third promise. This whole time. Oh, there she is. I can feel my edge start to dull on these long sea voyages. How about some light sparring later? You got it, girly. Did you learn anything of interest? Yeah, all sorts of shit, Kyle. I hadn't heard that about the clan names. We should have Wooklamont and Aaronville teach us the ones we should know. Actually, it's getting a little chilly up here on deck. It's all gathered in the cabin. I wonder if they mentioned Mikote specifically because I'm a cat. I wonder if they would have told you another one if you were a different race. Got it. The amount of talking I'll have to be doing while sitting here.
We're in for a proper storm, it seems.
Oh my god, does she get seasick?
How's your stomach? Any better?
I don't know what you mean. I don't get seasick. I'm just feeling a little nauseous is all.
Isn't that what seasickness is?
Aaronville, you were born in Tural, yes? Do many Vieira live there?
The Shatona, as my people are called, have settlements mainly in the north, in Shaktural.
And your family?
I know nothing of my father, not even his name. As for my mother...
It all started when I was born, when both my parents failed to show up to my birth.
Oh dear.
We should lend what aid we can.
I have not seen the ocean rage with such fury before or since.
Wow.
The heaving waves tossed our ship about like a toy, sending sailors tumbling. The dauntless Alizé, quick to the rescue, was almost lost to the sea herself. Meanwhile, our champion rushed to deploy the vessel's magical defenses, and thereby shield us from the lightning. What an extraordinary life he must lead to be able to operate such a device with practiced ease. Woklama, too, threw herself into the rescue efforts, though one might have mistaken her for another soul in distress. By the time the unruly seas had calmed, our strength was all but spent, and we had yet to even glimpse the shores of Tural. In retrospect, of course, that battle against the storm would prove a fitting prelude to the coming contest for the throne.
Yeah, I also noticed the scar on my character's face has like a proper texture on it now.
Morning. Joining us for some fresh air? Seems my belly has settled along with the weather, but I'll feel much better once we're on solid ground. Ugh. Can't be much farther now, can it?
Seabirds. Land must be near. You need only hold out a while longer.
For a dark moment, I thought the ocean might swallow us. Glad to have my pessimism proven wrong.
In other good news, I examined the sailor who took a fall, and he's faring well. I'm sure he'll make a full recovery.
Good news indeed. If all's well, then we needn't delay in launching the landing boat. Ships have to lower anchors some way from shore. too close and they risk having their underbellies ripped open by the reefs that crowd Tuliola's coasts. Come.
Ah, here we go. It's the benchmark scene. It's the cutscene from the benchmark. Here it is.
Thanks for bringing us all this way.
Ha! We only did what we were paid to do. Couldn't hardly set you adrift halfway. If anything, it should be us thanking you for helping us through that beast of a storm. As a matter of fact, everyone's starting to fancy your chances in the contest. At this rate, we won't be able to lay wagers no more.
Then I better not let you down. Easy, stomach. Easy.
We're the last to board. If there's nothing left to say, then let's shove off, shall we?
Blue seas, clear skies, and boundless possibilities. I dare say our destination will soon be in sight.
Enjoying yourself for a change?
There, look, my friends. Behold the scene of our next great adventure.
At last, we are come to the land you call the New World. To my home, Tural.
Yeah, Dawntrail. I'm excited. This is the first time not only am I here for the patch when it comes out, I'm like early. Wow. I haven't seen any of the live letters. I heard there was like a jazzy version of the theme song. I dig it. She's fucking throwing up. Wow, look at that ether rate.
Gods, I've seen cities with an impressive mix of cultures, but this is something else.
Is that a... No. I've never seen Varnu feathers in that color before.
You'll find much here you never knew existed. There may be a sea route now, but visitors to Tulihiola are still few and far between.
Tulihiola.
And as we don't build seafaring ships, only a handful of Turali ever venture abroad.
Mamulja sellswords mostly. Those willing to play the fool sail with Lominsan merchants to secure employment in Eorzea.
I suppose that makes us a rare sight in your country.
rare and currently undocumented. Were there some forms we should fill out or...
Forms? Did you forget who you're traveling with?
You are outsiders? Visitors to Tural?
We are.
Our nation is soon to hold a right of succession to choose its next Dawn servant. We will not abide interference from foreign agents seeking to foment trouble. What brings you to Tule Yolal?
I can answer that. These fine people are allies in my succession bid.
Third promise. If you vouch for them, then all is well. Of course.
Please, accept our apologies.
No need to bow and scrape. That our soldiers are so diligent in their duties fills me with pride.
We'll be continuing our patrol then.
Well, well. You really are a figure of authority here.
Are you suggesting I don't look the part? Anyway, first things first. I bid you welcome to Tule Yolal.
Sorry. Well, despite the storm's efforts to the contrary, we are here. Here we are, safe and sound. You've arrived in Tulihiola. You can return to the city at any time by speaking with a swarthy sailor in Scholar's Harbor in Old Charlie. Also, I'm gonna attune to that threat real quick if I'm allowed. Wow. I wish they would let you, like, you know, like in the Dravanian hinterlands or whatever. You know, let me walk around some of the areas here. Wow. People are already posed up here. Yeah, these are just people. Oh, there it is. I like that it's called Hydaelyn. I feel like it wasn't called Hydaelyn before. Our map's changed. But this is still not properly labeled as Rods at Han. Like... Wait, it's not even- yeah, it's still up here. Yosabard. See? Why is it still like that? But I'm glad that it's now updated. I want this. God, the collector's edition came with a cloth map of that, I think. You know what, I might actually... Is there merchants here? I assume this is where the traders are gonna be. So I'm gonna switch that as my home point from now on. While being on solid ground has improved Woklamat's mood, her stomach appears to be lagging behind. Right then, first things first. No more boats for a while. I realize you just arrived, but we should get you familiar with the city before the rite of succession begins. No arguments here. I should very much like to explore. And I'll guide you. No. Are you sure you're in any condition to do so? Aha! We were wondering who these strange folk were. So the third promise has found herself some new followers then. Followers? Woklamat, are you unwell? No. The third promise does not get seasick, no sir. As for my hand-picked entourage here, I've recruited them to help me win the rite of succession. I was about to show them around the city, in fact. That sounds lovely. The group of foreigners is going to attract attention, especially if they're in the company of the third promise. Everyone will be curious. We certainly were. Your siblings have a tendency to command a respectful distance, but you're just so easy to approach. And I enjoy so much when you do. Please don't ever worry that you're a bother to me. Is that a new hairstyle? Like, it's the first time I've seen that on a Rothgar. You're very kind. Good day to you, third promise. They did have a point. Woklamat is technically royalty here. Like it or not, a person of her station surrounded by this many outsiders is bound to draw a crowd. What do you mean technically? I suggest we move into groups so as to attract less attention. Just technically ignoring me. You and Kryl can come with me. No, I wanted to go with Alice. I'll take the twins. We'll get in touch once we've had a good look around. The voyage was hard on all of us, so just take it slow and recuperate. We have time enough for that. Enjoy your wanderings. Perhaps we should wait a bit, at least until Woklamat's nausea subsides. No need for that. Look, I'm ready to go. Ugh. That almost sounds like the One Piece, the sound it makes during the commercial breaks. The eye catch. I'm fine now, really. Can't stand around all day feeling sorry for myself, what with the contest looming and all. Now then, seeing as we're already here, I might as well tell you about the harbor. Aaronville already mentioned the reason our coastal waters, which explains why you don't see any big ships moored at the docks. Only vessels with shallow drafts can navigate the bay, mostly small fishing boats or barges ferrying cargo up and down the rivers from inland settlements. Much of the incoming traffic is from Dawntrail, in the southern lands. The clans there produce various goods of export. Their wares are unloaded here and carted off to the merchant stalls in the neighboring markets. Speaking of which, Bayside Bevy should be our next stop. Yeah. Yes. I'm also glad that they took the time to start this off by, like, giving us a brief summary of what our goal here is, because, like, I was kind of cursory aware. I was kind of aware of the whole, like, contest thing. But I completely forgot about the Garlemald thing that Alice and Alfie are doing. This is Bayside Bevy, Tuliolal's greatest marketplace. This is like the big save point in Caged in Kingdom Hearts. Being right on the harbor, everything from fresh fish to imported wares go directly to the shelves. Anything you want, they most likely have. I wish it wasn't so, like, overpowering. Like, I get they wanted us to see it, but, like, Guys. Or at least make it disappear for during the cutscene. Oh right, I should mention that here in Tuliyola we buy things with Pel, a currency that the Pelu Pelu created. But don't worry, more and more trade is coming in from Eorzea, so most shops are happy to accept your guild. There's also, Wachu Meki Meki? Another market to the east of here, but that can wait for another time. I have other places I want to show you first. Next we'll head back a bit, then northwards up the stairs to a certain plaza. I can't wait to see the look on your faces. Yeah, I knew we were gonna pass by the Aetheryte anyway, so... What do you think of that, eh? Goodness me, you have Aetherites in Tuliyola? I think I told you before, but my brother, Koana, has spent 3 years studying in Charlian. He fell in love with the nation and its ways, and brought back to us the knowledge of Aetherite construction. Papa warmed to the idea at once, had one built immediately. That we could just teleport. Did you do the attuning thing? If you're ready to continue, we'll head down again and then up the slope to the right, to the side. Right at the top is the gate which leads to Shock to Raw. Let's make a stop at Bright Plume Post on the way though. That's the headquarters for the Lands Guard. Wow. Wow. Look at this. It's just, you know, like it's just a place for you to walk around in. I'm sure there's like a thingy here, you know, a landmark, a viewpoint thing. Like give us the access to mounts that we don't have to fly, but like let us run around the mounts at least, you know. What? Oh. That's so funny. This place is definitely pretty. Yeah, I just kind of want to walk around in it, to be honest. What? Oh. See, like this. This is fine. Trudging up and down all these slopes and stairs is exhausting. I understand now where Wuklamat gets her endless endurance. We have a lot of narrow, winding streets that crawl up to the sides of the mountain. As you can see though, the builders made sure the city's main thoroughfares were wide enough to accommodate wagons. Can we go? Oh, what's up here though? Wow. Yeah, a lot of the increase in vegetation was very big. Also, like the textures on the ground look nice. It's passable. You know, they put a bunch of grass in the way so you can't stare at it for too long. Also, like it looks nice at eye level, or like at the standard eye level. You know. But wow. You know, looks great. They're also doing a thing with like the grass, how it's kind of set at an angle, so it looks 3D even from this angle, as opposed to like this over here where you can clearly tell that it's just a cross, you know. Oh, you can even actually see how it works a little bit. See how it's kind of set at an angle, so it's a lot. It's so when you're looking at it from like a straight perspective like this, like down perspective, I guess, it's a lot harder to tell. I feel like that's a trick that like not a lot of games use, even though it's very much. All you gotta do is angle it the other way. I wonder if it was just more or less costly. Oh, I love this area. God, I would love to like walk around in it. I've always wanted to do the FF14 VR mod thing, just to walk around and see how it looks. I don't own a VR headset, or I don't own a PC VR headset. I totally forgot about the mini Aetherites also. Whoops. I'll do that later. Nice. See, you guys, I don't think it needs to be this bright. I can hardly see her. Here we are, Bright Plume Post. The soldiers stationed here are responsible for defending Tuliyollal and preserving the peace. The Lance Guard are led by our nation's strongest warrior, and so naturally, Papa has commanded them since the beginning. At least until 3 years ago, when Zoral Ja took over as commander. The title was no empty honor. It means the first promise is considered equal to the Dawn Servant martial arts. Meanwhile, I haven't even managed to. Well, I'll discuss my brothers and their accomplishments later. Alvino and Alice should be around to hear it too. Come on, it's time I showed you the Sky Gate. It's right at the northern end of Talon March. Looks pretty cool. Wait 1 second. I shut the door just in case. The dogs tend to bark like my dad. Massive, isn't it? And on the other side is an equally massive bridge to match. Both were constructed by a race of giants. A Yogoi, this is getting more and more One Piece by the minute. Strictly speaking, Tural is actually 2 separate continents. Yogg-Tural, the southern lands of the mother, and Shog-Tural, the northern lands of the father, which lie beyond the bridge. Legends say it used to be one great landmass, but long ago, the 2 gods fought a titanic battle, and when one threw the other to the ground, the impact was so devastating as to split the continent in twain. A familiar sounding tale, and put in mind of the conflict between Hydaelyn and Zodiac. But getting back to Shog-Tural, I mean that's kind of big. Those lands are also part of the Tuliyollal nation, correct? That's right. Isn't my father incredible? He united the peoples of 2 continents into a single nation. You could say we're a united state. The many clans of Tural had been at war for generations. It was only when Papa traveled the lands and put a stop to their myriad conflicts that we finally had peace. And that's the main reason I want to win the throne, so I can preserve the peace he built. But I see you're more interested in what's behind the gate than hearing about my aspirations. Crossing the bridge to Shog-Tural requires a special travel pass. Unfortunately, they won't issue any new permits until the right of succession is over. I promise to get you one when I'm Dawn Servant, but until then, you'll just have to wait. Alright. Not the nerd pose. I've never broken my word. Once the throne is mine, that travel permit is yours. Man, she might as well get shot in the face right now. Nice, yeah. It's gonna be so sad when Woklamat explodes from the inside. We must have covered half the city by now. Tuliyollal is unlike any other place I visited. I'm thoroughly enjoying myself. I'm gonna leave that alone for now. We'll head west next, towards the Arch of the Dawn. The dirigible landing is on the way. You have dirigibles too? Tulihiola certainly doesn't want for methods of travel. You can get by. Now if you've seen enough of this area, let me know and we'll continue on. Getting like a very harsh font vibes from her, honestly. The Arch of the Dawn is on the other side of the city, so speak up if you see something that interests you as we walk. When's it gonna be daytime? I want to see this place in the daytime. I was there this morning at like 2 in the morning to see it. Whoa, what's that? To see what the game looked like, and the game spawned, and they were like 5 in the morning, and I was like, ugh. That's funny. 5 in the morning, so I was like, ugh, I can't see anything. Everything's just kind of lit up. Like I want to see the sun. I'm still struggling to conceive how one could construct an entire city on the side of a mountain. This was originally the site of a Yokui temple. The giants built it when they were first making the bridge to Choktural to appease the gods who slumber in the great ocean trench. After the Yokui withdrew, the temple stood empty for centuries, so when Papa was establishing his new nation, he saw a structure he could refurbish into a palace, sitting practically in the center of Tural. He gathered artisans to do the work in the houses they built for themselves. Hold on, I need to read that. Okay. He gathered artisans to do the work in the houses they built for themselves became the foundation of the city you see today. Speaking of houses, we'll be passing through the Resplendent Quarter, the biggest residential district in Tulihiola. We climbed these sets of stairs here all the way up. You know, they also introduced like a residential district in Old Charlie, and kind of implying that we're gonna have residential there at some point, but then we don't. I'm pretty sure the next residential district is like on the moon. So I'm hoping this isn't another one of those things where we're gonna introduce like a very tropical looking, a very fancy tropical looking location. It's so pretty up here. Nope, we're not gonna put housing here. Frankly, I wanted housing in Shadowbringers. I wanted the Lakeland, or the Crystarium, but I would want the Lakeland more. Papa's palace is called Volok Shunsa, which roughly translates to Invincible Resilience. You probably want to take a closer look, but we'll be coming back here later. Let's move on for now. The sheer scale of this place is incredible. I wonder what carving at the top represents. Well, there's an right there, so I kind of want to touch it. Whoa! Did that open from all the way over here, or did that open for somebody else? Wow, oh, and the lighting. The shiny on the floor is very nice. They changed mug to this. That's funny. Maybe I should move that to here now that Pluton's gone. That's Zoro. No, it's not. Looks like Zoro. Green hair, white shirt, Zoro? Wow. What the? A halo? So this is the Resplendent Quarter. What manner of people live here? Oh, we have residents from all the Yogg-Toroth clans. Mamulja, Shibral, Pelu, Moblin, Hanu. We also have Tonawada, Hitsaro, and Shitona who moved south from their ancestral lands in Yogg-Toroth. In essence, it's a gathering of people from every corner of Toroth. A true representation of Tulixiola's diverse character. The adornments in each building contribute to the eclectic cultural aesthetic. It's also beautiful. I'm glad you think so. Come, we continue down the stairs. Where do I go? Oh. That big drum, that big drum there is called the Dawn Herald. They play it for formal occasions like when honoring the Landsguard's return from a dangerous duty. I tried hitting it with my axe once and ripped the skin. Earned me a proper scolding, let me tell you. I think that was the time Papa held me upside down by the ankle. Oh, I was wondering why I was turned this way. Wait, that doesn't make any sense. What happened? There's these three. No, there's just the. Oh, there's still the two. I love all the crops though. Very lively. Oh, I was supposed to go down there. Oopsies. And here are our dirigibles. Not bad, eh? I hear other nations use airships to sail the skies, but you only find balloons in Tulixiolal. We have them for the exact same reason as the Aetherites. Koana brought back the plans from Charlian, and Papa thought them fantastic and commissioned their construction. This is around 3 years ago. Since that time, we've added flights to other settlements. Trade with frontier communities has never been easier. But that's enough about the rituals. The Arch of the Dawn awaits. Oh wow, look at the pink sky, or the pink clouds. Wow. So cool. I assume it's because of what, we're closer to the, closer to the equator of the world. I love the jazzy theme. I like that everyone's just jumping too. Alpaca keep? If it's an alpaca you need, then look no further. Before we get you set up, I need to add your name to our register. Are these mounts? I need these. I know these got leaked a long time ago and I never heard anything back about it. Not leaked, but I feel like they showed them off somewhere. I feel like I've seen it somewhere. There it is. There's the sun. There it is. Did they time that? They knew I would be coming here directly at this time. Look at that view. That's nuts. That's kind of crazy, honestly. That looks really good. That looks really good. This is it! The Arch to Dawn. When the giants were still here, it was known as the Dawntrail Land Gate, but when Papa found Tuliyola, everyone began using its present name in honor of this great achievement. Through this gate is Kozamauka, the wetlands south of the city. Depending on what the Rite of Succession asks of us, we might end up going in that direction. Kozamauka, that name alone is intriguing. Speaking of which, what were those fluffy animals we passed earlier? They're alpacas, Cryle. Ah, those are alpacas. Fearsome four-legged fiends, friends. Fearsome? They seem quite placid to me. You'll learn soon enough, Cryle. But forget the alpacas, I have something far more important to show you. Come along. Forget the alpacas. I need that alpaca right now. If you wish to learn the history of Tuliyola, look no further. These stone pillars? I'm gonna touch the ether right here real quick. Whoa, look at that over there! Look at these! What is this place called? The forward cabins. Jump in the water. Oh, but you can't go past a certain point, yeah. They don't let you swim. Well, that makes sense. This is like a hub world, but wow, it's so pretty. I'm excited to see the rest of it though. But oh god, this place is so big! Whoa! See, that's what I mean, like, the amount of, like, elevation here, something that I feel like was missed a lot, you know? I feel like Radzathan was cool, but I don't know. Maybe because I haven't walked around here, like, a million times, that, yeah, I got tired of Radzathan, but it was intriguing at first. What is special about these pillars, if I may ask? At a glance, they might look like ordinary stone decorations, but if you take a really good look, you'll see there's something much more interesting. The following event cannot be skipped. Pictures? Wait, no, these are glyphs. They seem to tell a series of stories, many of them featuring a two-headed Mamoja. Oh, then this must be... That's right. It follows the exploits of my father, Gulu Jaja, and his journey to unite our lands. We call it the Tuliyola Saga. The deeds he performed and the bonds he forged, all immortalized in stone. There's no better way to learn how Tuliyola came to be. Study them as long as you like. What? The 4 stones closest to us covered the first half of Papa's travels. Let's start with those. This is so weird. There's a point and click section. This one recounts the lay of her past. As you can probably tell, the figure depicts here is of the Shibral, like me. For decades, the Shibral and the Moja were at war for control of the forests of Yaktel. The actions Papa took to end the conflict have since been hailed as the first steps in the founding of Tuli Shola. There is a clan of Rothgar in Baja known as Helions. In their society, the women rule as queens and the men serve as devoted subjects. Yet here in Toral, Shibral men and women appear to be of equal status. How dramatically culture can vary within location. This pillar tells the lay of the Brotherhood. It depicts a scene where Papa granted an audience to the foreign explorer Ket something. Oh, Ketraman. Ketaram? Ketamine? I can never remember the name. Ketanram. Ah, that's the one. Ketanram's arrival in Toral is what prompted Papa to embark on his own journey. It said the two grew to be close friends, brothers in spirit if not in blood, but no one knows what became of the explorer in later years. Ketanram's disappearance is a mystery within Eorzea as well. The records say he traveled between our lands and yours for a while, but then it's assumed he was lost at sea. Here we have the Lay of Reeds. This is a story when Papa visited the Hanu in their village in Kozamauka. Ah, the people Alfino almost mistook for Vanu, if not for the colorful plumage. He spent a fair bit of time among the Vanu in the Sea of Clouds, so it's no surprise he took an interest in your countrymen. I don't know how it is with your Vanu, but our Hanu are a bright and cheerful sort. They hold this one festival every year, very famous and a lot of fun. Let's see. This one here is the Lay of Pots, which describes the Moblins of Kozamauka. They might wear odd masks and sound weirdly muffled when they talk, but the gold and silver work they sell is the best you'll find anywhere. Moblin goods are the standard when it comes to gift giving. Clearly, the Vanu aren't the only people with distant Turali counterparts. But they're just called Moblins, too. If you're done with the first half, we can move on to the second. Yeah, sure. I like that you can click on her. You can't turn the camera or anything like that. Oh, there you go. You can actually... That's funny. Ah, the Lay of Proof. That big fellow of yours. But the big fellow is of the Yokhui, the largest of Tural's peoples. These giants once used their great size and strength to establish a dominion encompassing all of Yok Tural. Having brought the southern reaches to heel, they then turned northward, setting their sights on Shok Tural. You'll recall that massive bridge they built beyond the Skygate. Sometime after launching their northern campaign, however, they just gave up. They abandoned the lands they'd conquered and withdrew into the mountains of Urkopacha. I've never even seen any of their kind so much as set foot in the city. This is a people with the power and resourcefulness to raise a temple on a mountaintop, and built a bridge across the sea with a stone. What would move them to renounce their ambitions and their place in Turali history? I was reading that one, that was Kryl. Oh, this one's unmarked. Papa says he left a blank pillar for the next chapter of Tuliola's history, whatever that might be. Interesting. The Lay of Gold. This pillar shows one of the Pelu Pelu, whose homeland is in Urkopacha. Having created our currency, the Pelu are rightfully known as the Merchant Clan. They oversee Tuliola's markets, and their traveling peddlers are a common sight no matter where you go in Tyrol. Don't let their size fool you. They might be mistaken as children, but beneath those peaked masks, they are clever and calculating traders. Oh, this one is my favorite, the Lay of Ice. It depicts the battle with the legendary Tural Vidra Valigarmanda. I should explain. A Tural Vidra is a creature that has lived far beyond its usual lifespan and awakened to preternatural power. The Taro described the Far Eastern auspices in a similar fashion. Could this be the same phenomenon? Valigarmanda itself was dubbed the Sky Ruin, a name earned for the destruction and terror it visited upon Tyrol every time it stirred from its slumber. But 80 years or so ago, its ruined reign was brought to an end. After a great struggle, Papa and his comrades managed to overcome the raging Vidral and sealed it away in the Urkopacha mountains. Despite its reputation, however, Valigarmanda is also a symbol of power. That's how you'll see its likeness on Tuliola's national emblem and adorning the banners at the palace. Had your fill of history, though. Oh, yeah, that's good. Glad to hear it. You know, I feel awfully hungry all of a sudden, but no surprises there seeing I couldn't keep anything down for a while, but now I think I'm ready to eat again. So let's go and have ourselves a bite of a local delicacy. Come, I'll take you to the best restaurant in the city. Yeah, sounds great. I'm a little bit overdressed for this weather. I'm like wearing I'm gonna assume my pirate outfit has is leather, or at the very least with trimmings, and well, I'm definitely wearing leather boots and gloves, so even if the main coat itself isn't leather, it's still, I think, some sort of kind of velvety material. I think this is the last ETH, right? Just gonna go touch it real quick. Oh, I didn't touch that one, huh? Okay. Have you ever had tacos? They're a Tulishiola classic. You bake a crunchy shell made from corn flour and fill it with meat and salad. A lot of shops and stalls sells them, but I like how they're made here at the Sabalyav Thai best. I need one right in front of me right now. Let's head downstairs and place an order with old Broky. Is there an eat taco emote?
My companions must sample your heavenly tacos. One for each of us, please.
Right away, promise. And I'll pack them tight with my choicest feelings. Only the best for you and your friends.
Did you hear the Silver Scares are back? Seems their overseas foray ended in disaster. More than half their warband is missing, including their leader.
Aye. And now keen to rebuild their broken reputations, the survivors seek the Golden City. A fool's errand. How many hopefuls have disappeared in search of that fable? They should count their lucky stars they came home alive at all.
The legend of the Golden City is well known here, I take it.
It is, but as no one's ever seen it, many question if there is any truth to the tale. Like our skeptical Erinville.
I can't imagine the Dawn Servant would request a formal survey for a place that doesn't exist.
Now to find a spot with a pleasant view to enjoy our crunchy spoils.
Oh no!
Oh.
If it isn't the third promise.
Oh, no.
I don't know these ones. New salt.
Dredge from foreign waters is my guess, brother.
Of course, that's it. Wuklamat is so afraid of the coming contest that she went crying for special help.
Was there something you wanted, Bakul Jaja?
The third promise remembers us! Such an honor. Glory on your name, brother. And on yours, brother.
I know my rivals for the throne. Nothing more.
Another child of the Dawn Servant?
No, this brute.
We have no ties to their farce of a family. Unlike the sneevling housecut, we are blessed siblings, the elevated chosen. We alone are fit to succeed Golul Jaja as Dawn Servant.
All peoples are equal in Tulihiola. Your heritage gives you no greater claim to the throne.
Shall we test that idea here and now? See if your strength is equal to ours.
None of this has any bearing on the right of succession, correct? Best not waste your energies on pointless scuffles.
The kitten comes to the house cat's defense.
Pathetic. Since when was our nation overrun by mewling weaklings?
Listen to me, you.
two-headed mamulja. I knew of them, but that's the first I've seen in the flesh.
Some get it into their twin heads that they're destined to follow in my father's footsteps. So they travel to distant lands to hone their battlecraft. Those are likely the ones you've heard about.
Are there other two-headed claimants?
No, just Bakul Jaja. Even in Tural, his kind are far from common. The Mamulja people largely belong to one of three clans. The Hubigo, the Bunewa, and the Dopro. Every once in a great while, a two-headed offspring is born from a union between the brown-scaled Hubigo and the blue-scaled Bunewa. The child grows to possess immense strength, both physical and magical.
Blessed siblings indeed.
Forget them. Let's go and buy more tacos. I can think of nothing better to rid me of this bad taste in my mouth.
Enjoying your tour of the city, I trust. We've seen our share of notable sights and took a moment to rest.
I appreciate that he goes to reach for his cat ears. I feel like when he's done that before, it just goes straight to where human ears would go.
As such, we're ready to present ourselves at the palace for the rite of succession. Shall we meet you there?
The palace it is. I'll let Wuklamart know. Destiny calls. Perhaps we can return for more tacos later?
Tacos. She's already saying it wrong. You just learned about this word 2 seconds ago.
So it goes.
I was looking forward to trying some authentic Tuli Shola cuisine, but we should hurry and join Alfino with the others at the palace. Alright, it's a bit of a climb to the top, but you can head up from the Resplendent Quarter, or even the eastern side of Talonmar if you prefer. As if you have an idea of how the city's laid out, I'll let you find your own way to Volok Shunsa. Ah, my poor empty belly. Going up to there, right? Let me touch that etherite first. Can't believe I missed that. Oh, it's because it's on the other side. I'm glad that there's a market board here, though. That's something it already has over Razat Han. It's a market board. Nice. Get me in the water. Whoa. That's weird. Oh, because my shadow's still touching the... That's funny. I can still think it's part of the floor. That's funny. It's amazing. A passing Mamoja let us try a fruit called cherry moya, and it was just sublime. You made it. Good. Then we're all, it's funny. It gets rid of all the people, but you can still hear them. I'm still hungry enough to eat a whole roasted colibri, but the contest won't wait for us forever. Thank you. Alright. I've acquainted the twins with the city as best as I could in a short time. Their unbridled enthusiasm made it rather difficult. Invariably something would catch their eye, spurring them to run down an alley to investigate. It was like herding a pair of unruly girls. Tuh. I understand all too well. Charlian had the same effect on me. Right then, now it's time we saw the inside of the palace. Papa will want to know I'm home, and to meet the allies I've chosen. Given how impulsive he is though, there's no telling what we might be in for. I might cut stream short in a little bit. Well, who knows? We'll see. My girlfriend's coming over. I don't want to like sit here and ignore her for too long. She was like, "If you want, you can stream. I'll just be playing Paper Mario on my Switch." I'm like, "Okay," but oh my God, he's here! Estinian.
Estinian? When did he get here?
What's the point? Why is he here?
He's also claiming the throne.
You know this man? Whenever my father spots a promising opponent, he invites them to Sunperch to duel. Pressing duties or no, he can't resist a good fight.
So the one Estinian is crossing blades with.
That will do, Spearman. I will receive my darling daughter.
Vow of Resolver.
Know that you are the strongest I fought in many a moon, if not longer. It is the privilege of a life long lived to face such a formidable soul.
Who's the other one?
If it's formidable you want, then look no further than that man there.
I see you, warrior.
We had no idea you meant to visit Taral.
I've seen what lies east. This time I chose west.
Very Arya Stark.
And thus did our itinerant dragoon make his travel plans.
You witnessed our bout. If you thought he was fearsome, that was with one head dozing.
I'm not sure I understand.
The old man has been feeling his years. The uncovered side is the head of resolve, and age has only deepened his love for combat. But the head of reason, wiser of the two, sleeps more and more these days. As I understand it, the veil helps with the restoration of his magical energies.
Enough about me, Lamati. I want to hear of your adventures.
Lamachi.
A term of endearment. It's what my family calls me.
When last did we see you in the palace? Greetings, Solanash.
It's Erenville now, Dawn Servant.
How peculiar.
I took the name while abroad, and have since grown accustomed to it.
Erenville, then. And these others? I assume are Lamati's recruited allies. Ha! Old-tempered still. Yet as much as I'd enjoy testing their metal, the hour of the right is at hand. I will summon the other claimants at once. Then I shall leave you to it. Good fortune, my friends.
I wonder if it's an actual, like, trial. Imagine the first duty is a trial.
The claimants are assembled. The first promise, Zorolja. The second promise, Kona.
Kona.
The third promise, Uklamat. And lastly, the chosen of Mamuk, Bakun Jaja. You four will compete in the rite of succession, the outcome of which will decide who takes my place as Dawn Servant. I am not the man I once was. My wiser half sleeps the days away, and it is time I yield my position. But mine is a torch that has never been passed. Tuliyola is young, and so I look to the always for inspiration. The rite of succession, the means by which the autarch of Mamuk was chosen. Only the two-headed were deemed fit for this contest. But the Tuliyola I built is a nation of many peoples. Our leader needn't have two heads, nor be a Mamulja at all. So I gave the right of claimant, not only to the son I sired, but to my adopted children as well. Yet the opportunity to rule was still not equal. That is why a recent tournament offered a place in the contest as the winning prize.
Now you have us to compete against. Ah, though it seems the one-head was already too afraid to face us in the tournament.
Our brother was in Shock Tural leading the Landsguard on a campaign to eradicate a Tural Vidral. Anyone with sense would know he was too busy for games.
Now for the part you've been waiting to hear. The nature of the contest itself. To triumph in the right of succession, and thereby claim our nation's throne, you must travel the lands of Yogg-Tural. and find the City of Gold.
God, look at the gold on that guy's like headdress.
If I may, Father.
Speak, Gona.
The Golden City is an ancient Turali legend, but after so many failed attempts to find it, the story has become more fairy tale than fact. If you would charge us with such a quest, are we then to assume you have proof of the city's...
Oops, sorry.
Are you for us proof, my unbroken word? For I have seen it with my own 4 eyes.
The city's real. All those years.
This was before the founding of Tuliyola. I traveled the lands of Tural with my companions. And we ended our journey at the gates to the Golden City. I mean to have you do the same. But in order to achieve victory proper, you need to break the seal I put in place. Bring them.
It's the thing we saw earlier.
The Tuliyola saga.
Like, look at that guy.
You will retrace the path I walked to unite our peoples, step by step. Along the way, 7 chosen electors will be waiting to measure your worth. Earn their keystones by performing the feats they ask of you. Once you've fitted each of the 7 tablets with the keystone, you'll have the key to unlock the seal on the Golden City's gates.
So the contest is in stages, none of which can be skipped by rushing to the ultimate objective.
Exactly. Exciting, isn't it?
Martial tournaments, hunting festivals, and now this? You do so love your contests, Papa.
Were I a few years younger, I would have joined in myself, giving you a proper challenge. You may think the ride is tedious or nonsensical, or both, but I am yielding our nation's throne. Let me have this final indulgence.
A waste of time. Just name Bakunja just successor and be done with it.
The rite of cessation begins now. I'll be watching your progress with great interest. And Clemens, remember to collect your tablets before you leave. You are one of Lamachi's allies. Speak freely.
I am Cryle Baldessian, representative of the students of Baldessian. My name is perhaps familiar to you?
Ah.
It would seem you sent this letter to my orders some years ago. The ink has since faded and much of the writing is illegible. Even so, we managed to determine the essence of it. A request to investigate the Golden City, addressed to my grandfather, Galuf. Included with the correspondence was this earring. A fairy tale and a piece of jewelry were enough to convince my grandfather to sail halfway across the world. So there is surely some greater mystery at work here. On behalf of the students, I've come to seek clarification on the matter. Have you any knowledge you might share with me?
No, not at this time. I have tasked the claimants with finding the Golden City. To fulfill your request would afford one of them an unfair advantage in the right of succession.
Aww.
But once the contest is decided, I plan to entrust the entire truth to my successor. If you want to hear it, then you had best help Lamachi win.
Very well, Dawn Servant. On my honor as a student of Baldessian, I will find your Golden City. Thank you.
I
for
left
hearing my
everything
petition.
behind in that place. If you want it, you can have it. And thus began the great
How about that? She's grown into a remarkable young woman. You should be proud, Galuf.
Wow.
Too late to change your mind now, I suppose. But are you sure you wish to be part of this? Our third promise is not wont to take no for an answer. Though you may have agreed to help, I worry that you were swept up in her relentless enthusiasm. Or perhaps you've been lured by the glory of the Golden City. Either way, this contest for the throne will place you and yours at the heart of political turmoil. If you are second-guessing your decision, tell me now. This may be my last chance to help you withdraw.
Life is a series of journeys, my friend. And there's no telling what awaits us on the long road. But what's important is to be true to yourself as you walk it. Only then can we hope to be content when we arrive at the end of one and step forward into another.
So you are committed to your path? I will speak no more of it then. As for my own involvement, I can no longer conduct myself as a mere guide, I think. Not after the Dawn Servant's revelation.
I like this track.
Such a fearsome name. Make no mistake, there goes Tuliola's mightiest warrior.
Oh my
First
gosh.
promise,
Our village needs aid. The cold weather stunts our crops, and the children of our village go hungry. Once you ascend the throne, I beg of you, grant my people new lands, please!
Serelja. Take heart, tiller of the soil.
The Resilion son, blood heir to the Dawn Servant, has heard your pleas.
He's cool. I like him. Very cold, calculating, but also like, wait, listen, man. I got y'all. I thought he was gonna be an asshole.
The first promise and commander of the landscape. Serelja, the Palaceer. As he was so careful to remind the crowd, Soralja is indeed the natural child of Gurul Jat.
And Resilient Son, is that another title, like the first promise?
After a fashion. Common knowledge has it that two-headed Mamulja cannot sire children, yet Soralja was born all the same, with the head of Resolve's features and the head of Reason's scales. An extraordinary example of life's unyielding resilience.
Okay, cool. Give me 1 second. My fucking showed up. I gotta go get her. I'll be right back.
And a warrior's reticence. He says little, but the way he moves... I know a hardened soldier when I see one.
He's a natural swordsman. A gift he inherited from his father. Some even say that the son has already surpassed the sire. Should he come to power, the first promise means to employ that martial prowess in the conquest of foreign lands. For this, he and his supporters have been labeled expansionists. This puts him in direct opposition to Wuklamat, who advocates for the preservation of peace. You may recall that she spoke of a claimant who cannot be allowed to rule. That is Soralja, the warmonger.
Cryon, are you alright?
The echo. It gave me a glimpse into Zoralja's ambitions. Deep and unknowable, like an abyss. Yet at the same time, a roaring, unquenchable fire. It was a trifle terrifying, to be frank.
Second promise, you must bring us more marvelous conveniences. More dirigibles and trains and the like. We need you in charge to make trading easier. The elders, they complain and complain about abandoning tradition. But we're not like them, afraid of everything foreign and new. You have our wholehearted support. With your ingenuity and knowledge, you're sure to win the contest.
Forgive me, but the right of succession is barely begun. I will hear your petitions if and when I am named Dawn Servant. If you will excuse me.
Plain spoken, as always. That's Arcona. Practical to a fault.
Here we have Kona, the second promise, who spent time as a pupil at Charlian's own studio.
Now that you mention it, I think I did see him in the halls once or twice. There was nothing to suggest he was Turali, much less from a royal family.
That was by design. He forwent his usual garb and took an Eorzean name to avoid attention.
So it was Kona who introduced the dirigibles. And the railway too, given what we just heard.
In furtherance of his goal, to enrich Tuliolal with every bright notion he learned of in Charlian. He is the hope of those who prize innovation. As aloof as he may seem, Kona and Wuklamat actually get along rather well. They bicker and batter, as only close siblings do.
How gracious of you all to cheer the lesser claimants. Oh, come now. What are you afraid of? I'm no different from your Dawn servant. That my kind should reign is Mamulja tradition, and has been so since before there was a Tuliyola. I'll brush aside your feeble contenders, and then you'll see who deserves your deity.
Well said, brother.
The Mamulja finally found peace in Tuliolal. A pity those fanatics are intent on keeping that tradition alive.
The chosen of Mamuk, Bakuljaja, winner of the recent martial tournament, and the only claimant not of the Dawn's promise. His strength is undeniable, but you see how he is. A few devoted Mamulja are his only supporters.
What would he do with the throne should he win it?
His policies and so forth. I doubt he's thought much beyond winning the contest itself, but one thing seems certain. If he does become Dawn Servant, he will see the Mamulja exalted as the ruling class, and all others forced into subservience.
Sounds like another that cannot be allowed to rule.
We wish for one thing and one thing only, Third Promise. To abide together in harmony with our neighbors whom we love in this land we share. It is our way, the Turali way.
Oh my god, that is the
Jah built
oldest
for us
looking
this
lady
peaceful
I've seen
nation,
in
and we
this
beg
game.
you to preserve it.
Why does
You
she look
have
like
my
a real
word.
person?
I won't let your pleas go unanswered.
Until Tuliyollal was founded some 80 years ago, this continent was ravaged by war. The eldest among us remember that dark era, and they are Wuklamat's most ardent supporters.
You can't put your game on my Switch and play it on the big TV, huh? Well, because I don't know how the save files work on the Switch. Well, no. Well, I mean, yeah, you could put the game in, but like your save file, I mean. I think you'd have to do all that.
Apologies, it's hard to get away. This is Namika, my childhood nursemaid. She's been like a mother to me my whole life.
Okay, she doesn't look that old, but like it's so weird seeing like an older person in this game. She looks so. Oh wait, here I can turn this one. That way I don't have to turn the whole thing. You can see it from there. You see that?
I told her it wasn't necessary, but she insisted on seeing us off.
I know it's like a little. There you go. Maybe I can full screen projector on top of this one. There you go. Oops. Oops.
Did you know Wuklamat was taking part in the rite of succession?
Of the Dawn's promise. I thought it was only Zoralja and Kona. If she has any accomplishments to her name, I've yet to hear them.
Compared to the two Mamulja, she pales in martial prowess. And then there's Kona, who's far and away the most educated of the bunch. I hate to say it, but it's hardly a competition.
It's fine. More than anyone, I understand how much better my brothers are than me.
Better? Wuklamat. I have never thought of you as the lesser sibling. Your brothers may excel in their respective ways, but you boast qualities that both lack. A strength that is yours alone. Having cared for you for so long, I should know.
Thank you, Namika. Well, we ought to be on our way.
Yes, hurry along. I await word of your victory with bated breath.
Well, so much for the brief reunion I had in mind. Papa is not one to waste time when he decides to act. I'm used to it by now, of course, but others are often caught off guard. In any case, we should talk about how we're gonna find the City of Gold. All we have to work with are the 7 tablets and their connection to the Tuli-Hyolo saga. Might I suggest first comparing the tablets against the pillars? We could check for any discrepancies between them. Good idea! Let's go and take a look. I forgot how much, talking I do for these kinds of streams, especially because a lot of the text here is, not voiced. And so, I spend, an hour here sometimes, I'm like, oh, I'm thirsty. But no, look, the area is so nice looking. I don't know if you can see it from over here. I'm a big fan of the string lights everywhere. Thanks everyone. Well, Clement, the tablets if you would. Of course. Everyone has a tablet? Then let's compare them to their respective pillars. Keep an eye out for even the smallest differences. Well, some parts of it are gold, is it not? Yeah. Oh, I know, it is supposed to be like that. I wonder if I can look and do it myself. Unless I'm missing something, the glyphs appear to be identical. Maybe that's the point. The only difference being that the tablets have hollows where the keystones are to be fitted. So now that we've established that the scenes are the same, where do we go from here? The Dawn servant said we would retrace the path he walked in uniting Tyrell's peoples, and that we would encounter 7 electors along the way. Then we have the answer here in front of us. Papa's path is all laid out in the Tuli-Hyolo saga. The events the glyphs portray, do we know the exact locations where they took place? If one is close, we could go there and search for an elector. That would confirm we're on the right track. Let me think. Lay of Reeds was in an area by Hanu settlement. Pa took me there once. It was during festival season, and the whole village was alive with good cheer. There's also the Lay of Gold. That one involved the Pelu village, which is about the same distance from here. Before going anywhere, we should ask around about the road ahead. Heard a lot of talk as we toured the city about that storm we passed through at sea. Apparently ravaged Jacques Tyrell several days ago. Since our roads are not well paved as the Yorzia's, they're most susceptible to damage from natural disasters. If we want to avoid wasting time taking a dead-end trail, I suggest we spend a few moments making inquiries. Are you getting enough air? Do you want me to turn the other one off? Okay. If it's information we need, just leave it to me. I'll bring the information to us. Yeah, I also have headphones if you want to play with the sound on. How about these? How about these? For your Switch? it would be prudent to ensure we're prepared for the journey. I'll guide you to the accommodations I've arranged. That's right, the reservation is under Woklamont's name. If you don't mind, I'll leave my companions to you. Certainly, sir. I'll go and track down the third promise. Once you finish organizing your gear, you can meet us outside Sabalyavtaye. Greetings, visitor to Tulichola, and welcome to the Four Cabins. Whenever you're ready, I will show you to your rooms. Huh. I wonder what the inns look like here. No, not here. But these look so nice. Oh shoot. Why would they let me do that? Want to see how much of this we can explore, because it looks like you're allowed to. Oh, you can't go inside, you can only go around it. That's dumb. Well, you can't even go around it. You can. Wow. That sunrise is so pretty. Oh! Oh, wow! Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. Can you actually use these? You can. Can I slash those on these? Oh, you can! I can't wait for these furniture items to come out. And an orchestrion too. Nice. I trust you to be the keenest to head out, Sora. But where are Aaronville and Lamont, I wonder? Oh hey, I like that duck helmet. Oh good, you're all here. Who might your companions be? Seeing as we needed information, I thought who better to get it from than the locals. These two hail from the villages we're thinking to visit. Oh, are they not just people? I gave you credit for taking initiative at least. What do you mean at least? I'm honored that the Third Promise would seek my advice. I too am happy to answer your questions. Any encounter might be an opportunity to do business. Thank you both for your help. Before we begin, there will doubtless be other occasions when we need to act independently, so I brought these for the two of you. Are they link pearls? Here, shove them in your ears. You can never get them out. What's this? It is called a link pearl, a gemstone harvested from a special shell. When linked together, they allow people to communicate across great distances. It's Bluetooth. Is that so? What a handy thing to have. It'll be very useful in our travels. Speaking of which, I should get back to introducing my two new friends here. No, where's the... Oh, here it is. Look, he's so tiny. What a stroke of luck to forge this connection to the palace. It may be the beginning of a profitable partnership. That's like not even a person. That's like, not like that's not even a person. I mean, like human-sized characters in the game. That's like an entirely new model. I think that's like they're using the child models that were introduced recently. The Tuliyola saga features a number of Tural's clans. Two of those, the Hanu Hanu and the Pelu Pelu, have settlements relatively close to the city, so I brought a representative of each. As I mentioned before, the Hanu are a cheerful people who love their festivals. They make their appearance in the Lay of Reeds, and their home village, Okanu, is located in Kozamauka. The other smaller fellow is one of the Pelu, a clan of business-minded folk from Okopacha. They appear in the Lay of Gold and craft all kinds of marvelous goods in Wanjupenlo, their village. Now as for deciding which village to visit first, why don't you put that adventurous instinct of yours to work for us, Sora? Pick our destination. Oh. Accepting the quest from the helpful Hanu will temporarily prevent you from accepting the quest from the approachable Pelu and vice versa. Okay. Story elements and quest rewards will not be affected by your initial choice of path. Speak with the NPC you prefer and embark on the trail for the rite of succession. That's cool. I kinda am, I mean, like, I've seen the Vanu before. I like these little duck dudes. Yeah. What is it you'd like to know? Our main concern was confirming the state of the road ahead. As I recall, to reach Orkopancha, we depart from the Ark of Dawn and take the road west of the first fort. Should we be wary of anything along the way? That is indeed the way to Orkopancha. After the damage wrought by the recent downpour, however, you'll be doing more stumbling than walking. But do take heart. When it comes to rugged terrain, we have a most dependable solution available. Come with me. We'll be back to talk to you in good time, my friend Hanu. Meanwhile, you can eat and drink your fill at Sabalyav time. It's all been arranged. Oh, what's this? The adventure from across the water has been lending the Third Promise strength. Then well met. To tell the truth, I've been meaning to make your acquaintance for some time. I have a proposition for you. Is this the lookout? We have something very similar here. Oh, it's the hunt. It's the raid series. Or the hunts. Yeah. No, I need to talk to whoever's doing the landmarks. I'll do that later. I'll probably go on for like another... till the end of the hour, and then I'll stop there. I don't know how much longer it is till the next dungeon, but if I don't hit the next dungeon before 6:30 or 6 o'clock. May I introduce you to our most dependable companion, the alpaca? Yeah, give me that mount. These animals can traverse Orcopancha's steep mountain trails as if they were gentle fields, and all the while carrying heavy loads. Our merchants would be lost without them. So they fill much the same niche as our chocobos back home. You don't have alpacas? They're native to Dawntrail. Yorzy has its chocobos, and the eastern lands have their horses. Why go to the trouble of breeding another pack beast in a place which ill suits its qualities and where it is not needed anyway? I like how we're the only ones that have, like, flying ones. But must we ride these little monsters? I get the impression you aren't fond of alpacas. When I was small and being a bit naughty, I went around pulling on their wool. One of them spat on me and it was the foulest stench you can imagine. Haha. That's a llama thing. I always thought alpacas are cute. Alpacas bred as mounts are inquisitive and docile. Even those without experience find them easy to handle. Alright, so is that good? Yeah, very. If it wasn't all I wanted to hear. Cool, give me my money. Huh? Alright, I guess I should have expected as much from a Pelu merchant. Let me see what I have on me. They value the act of spreading joy through trade, as you should know. They take pride in making deals that benefit both parties. Here. Yay! I should be on my way now. I wish you safe travels. Alright, get out of here. Just don't cause them to spit on you. If we need to ride alpacas to reach Orcopancha, then that's what we'll do. Aww.
Turali poets of yore sang of a mountain that would stand tall, even should all other lands sink beneath the sea. Indomitable and eternal, it arises from Orcopancha, the 100 peaks of time. Of all the beasts which crawl and fly, only the legendary Valigarmanda could hope to disturb the summit's serene majesty. Yet, with that flying calamity imprisoned by the Dawntrail, what great feat remains for those who would claim the throne?
Yeah, look at that mountain. Whoa. That looks like the Mother Crystal from 16.
So this is Orcopancha. I've never actually been here before.
The air is so crisp and clear.
Mountains everywhere you look.
That one massive peak in particular has quite the presence. It puts me in mind of Som-Al.
That is Warkor Sormor, the tallest mountain in Dawntrail. Its sheer height makes it an imposing climb. But there are other reasons the ambitious keep their distance.
Oh? Do tell.
Where to begin?
Excuse me, but you're Wuk Lamat, are you not? I hadn't thought to encounter one of the Dawn's promise here of all places.
but I should introduce myself. I am Bolnok, a weaver by trade.
Well met, Bolnok. We're on our way to Watchunpelo.
Oh, truly. I've just come from there, as it happens. I'd asked the Pelu who sell me their wool to give me a tour of their alpaca ranch. The head rancher and I shared a bottle of mezcal while he explained the finer points of wool production.
Mezcal? Is that a local beverage?
Oh boy, tequila.
It's an Urgopacha specialty. A spirit made from distilled agave heart juice.
Yes, and it must have done wonders for my mood, for I tripled my usual order of alpaca wool. They did offer me a discount, though, so it wasn't a bad deal in the end. But listen to me, boring you with my tedious stories. I will leave you before you are lulled to sleep. Goodbye, and safe travels. Oh, silly me. I almost forgot to say the thing I actually wanted to say. Peace for Tural. I agree with your vision, Third Promise. You have my support in your bid for the throne.
I gather from his tale we would be foolish to underestimate Pelu merchants.
Yes, they do more than run the markets in Tuliyollal. Pelu peddlers can be found everywhere in Tural, traveling from place to place on their sturdy alpacas. They are effusive and engaging speakers, and many's the customer who's been talked into spending more than they bargained for.
They won't find this customer so easily charmed.
Watchunpelo's down the path! Off the main road! Don't get lost!
It's right there!
Where are the ether currents? I'll do those later. This is it. Watchunpelo, home of the Pelu. Old Lamont should have arrived before us. She got lost. Oh, she's right there. That's not good. You've come all this way for the right of succession? Oh, so this means I'm exchanging words with the future Dawn servant. How fortunate then, that I deal in cloaks woven from especially luxurious alpaca wool. Such a garment would look magnificent when draped over the shoulders of our budding ruler. And a nation's ruler should dress her best for her adoring people, yes? Finery for our finest lady, that's right. Come, Third Promise, my well-stocked shelves are but a few steps away. Yeah. Alright, I suppose a quick look wouldn't hurt. What did we just talk about? A Shatona from the far-off Shop Tural. Northern winters are bitterly cold, affairs I'm told. I cannot imagine how you survive them without a lovely warm cloak of quality alpaca wool. No thank you. I'm not in need of new clothes at the moment, and neither is the Third Promise. Perhaps another time. Of course, my shop door is always open. These guys will take your money. You were saying something about not being easily charmed. As I mentioned previously, the Pelu people live for bringing happiness through trade. They won't cheat you or sell you defective goods. They will, however, disarm you with their deft turns of phrase, and unwitting customers like Woklamut fall prey to this affable approach time and time again. Your only recourse is a clear and firm refusal. They won't pursue the matter should you make your disinterest plain. A valuable insight into the minds of the Pelu Pelu. Let us all take Erenville's words of caution to heart. I feel like this might be a good stop point, actually. I'll do the rest of this Sunday, probably. And we'll continue from there. I probably shouldn't stream for too long anyways. It's been like such a long time since I got back into it. I don't know, I might like overdo it, you know what I mean? And just kind of... Oh, hello. I would like, I don't want to like overdo it immediately. So, and knowing that the queue times are not nearly as bad as Endwalker, I feel a lot safer going in and out of the game as I go. It's not like Endwalker where I was literally like, I've told my friends this story multiple times where like I was literally sitting in the queue for like 3 hours at a time, so I was just watching a full movie. I got that too. I also got that. I was just sitting here watching like a full movie while waiting for me to get into the game. So yeah, I mean great job to everything, you know, like they really worked the last 3 years to make sure that it would be a smooth experience. So, and so far it seems like it's a nice fun story. I mean, considering the last expansion was so carrying so much weight into it, I'm glad that this one is a bit more smaller in scale, which I appreciate. So yeah, but we'll continue that another day. It's nice to dip my toes in the story a little bit though. I'm interested in where it goes. But we're gonna stop right here, and we're gonna head out. But if you made it this far, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye bye.